let's call the finance meeting to order on Tuesday, September the 10th at 9:30 in the morning. We'll begin with a roll call, please. Kim, if you could help us with that.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Here.
Commissioner Ludlow,
Here.
Commissioner Peterson,
Here.
Commissioner Fournier, Commissioner Konarashewski,
Here.
Commissioner Kozlowski,
Here.
Commissioner Francisco.
Here. Thank you very much. And if you all would please rise and join me in the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all. First action is to adopt today's agenda. Everyone's got your paper copy and or electronic copy. I look for a motion and support to adopt the agenda as presented, unless there's any changes or modifications to be made.
So moved.
I have a motion from Commissioner Peterson. Do I have support? I have support from Commissioner LaHaye. Any discussion? If not, all in favor of approving the agenda as presented, indicate by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Hearing none, the motion is carried and the agenda is adopted. So we have public comments scheduled on the agenda now. You have 3 minutes per person. If you wish to make any comments, please come to the podium and state your name. Anyone in the gallery here wish to make public comment? Okay, Kim, how about on Zoom? Anybody raising their hand? Okay, going once, twice, 3 times. Public comment is now closed. Our first action is to pay the bills. You all have a copy of the bills to pay. Is there anyone that have any questions or want to poll or discuss any items on that?
You answer the question.
I don't think so, but I can direct them to somebody who may be able to. You good?
Let's do.
Okay. If that's the case, I'll look for a motion and support to pay the bills as presented.
I'll make that
I
motion.
have a motion from Commissioner Ludlow. Do I have support?
I'll support.
I have support from Commissioner Fournier. There isn't any discussion. Roll call, please.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Ludlow,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson,
Yes.
Commissioner Fournier. Yes. Commissioner Konarashewski.
Yes.
Commissioner Kozlowski,
Yes.
Commissioner Francisco.
Yes. Motion is carried. We'll pay the bills. Next on our agenda is our Equalization Director, Ted Summers. Sir, if you would please.
Morning, Commissioners. I'm here today to present you with the 2024 tax rate request for the extra rates for the December tax collection. The copy I handed out this morning has the millage rates that were passed in August, the updated millage rates on them. So the only two that changed, the library and the ambulance, they passed and the August election, so they have been updated. Also, there's a resolution attached that will need to be passed to authorize the collection. And if you would like, I could read that resolution.
We need to have the resolution read into the record, sir. So if you would, please.
Honorable Board of Commissioners, before you is a resolution imposing the 2024 winter property tax levy pursuant to Public Act 357, 2004, and notice of certification of county allocated tax levy. Whereas Alpena County is authorized General Property Tax Act, Public Act 206 of 1893 as amended to levy and collect county allocated property taxes. And whereas the General Property Tax Act has been amended by Public Act 357 of 2004, being MCL 211-44A. Be it further resolved that pursuant to Public Act 357 of 2004, the Alpena County extra voted millage rates on December 1st, 2004 at a rate allocated after application of the Headley millage reduction fraction will be 4.749 mils for the winter tax collection. Be it further resolved that the treasurer for each city and township in Alpena County is directed to account for and deliver the county allocated tax collection for 2024 in accordance with the provisions of Public Act 357 of 2004. And be it further resolved that this resolution constitutes certification of the levy of extra voted millage rates on December 1st, 2024 at a rate allocated after application of the Hadley millage reduction fraction of 4.749 mils. Now further be it resolved that the total 2024 millage rate for December 1st, 2024 for Alpena County of 4.749 mils is hereby adopted, and may it further be resolved that the 2024 Alpena County December levy shall be as follows. Library 0.7462 mils, library 0.2486 mils, ambulance 1.5 mils, county jail 0.9947 mils, older persons 0.5498 mils, veterans 0.2099 mils, recreational 0.4998 mils, for a total of 4.749 mils. Be it further resolved that the county clerk shall deliver a copy of this resolution by first class mail to the treasurer of each city and township in Alpena County. Be it further resolved that the chairperson of the Board of Commissioners and the county clerk be authorized to sign Form L-4029, 2024 tax rate request of the above mentioned millage rates. And whereas the county revenue will be reduced due to the state distribution of the county of the convention facility and health safety facility payment. And now further be it resolved that this resolution be adopted by the Alpena County Board of Commissioners, the regular meeting on September 10th, 2024.
Thank you, Mr. Summers. I appreciate you reading into the record. Any other comments before we take a vote, sir?
I have none. If there's any questions, I'll be glad to answer them. Okay.
Does anyone have any questions for Mr. Summers?
I'll make a motion, we adopt the resolution.
I have a motion from Commissioner LaHaye to adopt the resolution as presented. Do I have support? I have support from Commissioner Peterson. Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Ludlow,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson,
Yes.
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes.
Commissioner Konarashewski,
Yes.
Commissioner Kozlowski,
Yes.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Francisco.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Okay, next on our agenda is our Deputy Fire Chief for the city of Alpena, Deputy Chief Marshall.
I'm not acting as a deputy fire chief today. I'm here representing Alpena Senior Center.
You're wearing the shirt, so.
I did that. I changed out last month, but everybody knows who I am, right?
Yes, sir.
So I am here for Alpena Senior Center. Andy Hepburn, our director, is on vacation and I'm on the board there. So we have a door that is adjacent to our kitchen. It's on our east or south end. It's used many times a day, people coming and going because of the Meals on Wheels, and it's deteriorated over the years. That is an aging building. It leaks, it's falling apart. So we would like to replace that door. We have funds, we believe, in the OPC account, and we do have two bids that I'm not sure if you have copies of, but I can give you a copy of here. So we're just asking for permission to use those funds to replace this door.
And we do have two bids in our packet, one from Meridian and one from, it looks like Frank's Key and Lock Shop.
Correct.
Okay. So we should have them either on your electrons or in your packet for the board if you need to take a look at that. Any questions for Deputy Chief Marshall? Okay. Hearing none, I'll look for a motion to approve the expense, the purchase, if you will, and repair.
So.
I have a motion from Commissioner Peterson. Do I have support? Sure. I have support from Commissioner Ludlow. Any further discussion or questions to have the door? And I'm assuming you're looking at Meridian Construction to do the,
Yes.
Yes, we are.
okay, for in the amount of $5,035, I think is,
Yep.
is the total. That includes the lock set and the cylindrical lock set.
No, that says add.
It says add, okay.
So-
So it's an additional $661 over the 55035. Okay. I'm not gonna do the public math, but anyway, it's the additional, the 5,035, 523 and 138 as presented. That's the recommendation, Andy.
Yes, yes, please.
So the motion includes approving the Meridian
Correct.
bid, correct?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So with that clarification, roll call, please.
Commissioner Peterson,
Yes.
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes.
Commissioner Konarashewski,
Yes.
Commissioner Kozlowski,
Yes.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Ludlow,
Yes.
Commissioner Francisco.
Yes, so with that, motion's carried.
Thank you.
You bet, sir. And you can go ahead and have that door replaced. Next on our agenda is Mr. Osborne, our Parks Chair. Sir, if you'd please approach the podium.
Hi.
Good morning.
As you might be aware, the almost completed, a couple of things that we've received the final from. I think 133 some odd cents
There are a few other things we need to purchase, like trash cans and recycle bins and a sign of waterways to recognize that we got a grant from them. Parks Commission currently doesn't have enough funds to cover this cost. And so we're asking for an allocation from the general fund of $150,000 to pay this until we can be reimbursed by the waterways grant, at which time they'll refund the money back to the county.
Okay, sir. Any questions for Mr. Osborne on before with his request to receive $150,000 from the general fund with the expectation of being reimbursed from the state DNR grant, correct, sir?
Yes.
Okay,
When do they expect that to be paid back?
okay, very good. Any idea when the
Estimates I've been given are 6 months.
6 months? Okay,
So are we, is the commissioner's office then requesting that, or does that come back to us automatically?
The commissioner's office will fill out the final paperwork, yes. Lynn is working on it. Like I said, we have to get a sign, we have to get some recycle bins, we have to get some trash cans that minimally that we know of right now. So the final bill is, like I said, about 134,000. We've got a little extra in there to add in case we find something that we've missed in the grant. Once we've completed all the grant items, we'll submit the grant for reimbursement. Hopefully to do that either later this month or early in October.
I have a question.
okay.
Go ahead.
Excuse me. I was under the impression, according to Bob Adrian, that there was enough money there to complete the job and money left over. So you decided to pave the road into the park. And now apparently you don't have any money. So to buy trash cans and everything else.
Okay, so I think the difference is there was the grant money available. There was enough, but this is a reimbursement grant, which means we have to pay the bills before we can get reimbursed. So that's the issue we have run into. So far, there's been $624,000 spent, actually paid on this project. Of that, we have received $389,000 worth of grant money, that's been reimbursed. But that also means that the parks has paid out of their checkbook $235,075 that eventually, when these grants are submitted for that reimbursement, will come back. But we've already spent that $235,000. There's another $150,000 worth of bills that need to be paid. The closeout for Elmer's is $133,000, almost $500. As Mr. Osborne mentioned, we do have a few more miscellaneous expenses coming in, final closeout, a couple more things we have to purchase within the grant requirements. But again, we had to pay for this before we can be reimbursed. So if the parks were to try and pay this last $150,000, we would have no money to survive the winter. We have already covered $235,000 of it that we will be waiting as well for this grant money to be reimbursed. It is available to us as long as we spend it and then get it reimbursed. That's where we're at.
We don't have enough money to survive the winter. Now they want 150,000.
If we pay, we have 225,000 in our bank account right now. If we pay 150,000, that only leaves us 75,000 to make it all the way to next summer. We can't survive on that. And the resolution that was signed by the Board of Commissioners, if they have the date on, the only thing I don't like, on June 29th to 21, specifically states that the county will cover the bills. So we're not asking the county to cover the $235,000 that we've already spent out of our checkbook and the $150,000. We're only asking the county to cover that $150,000.
And where's that gonna come out of? What account?
Yeah, we signed.
It'll come out of your general fund. So can you, again, you've signed the resolution saying you'd cover it.
Does the parks have any fund balance?
No. The parks, literally, like I said, they have 225,000. If we spend 150,000, it leaves us $75,000 with minimal money coming in. We will not make the winter. It's projected that if we had to pay this 150,000, we would end the year with a negative fund balance of $105,000, which is, as we well know, not acceptable. So this is where I caution the board, when you're looking at these big grants, which are wonderful grants, and the boat launch is a wonderful project, but these grants are reimbursement grants. So not only this grant, but also the Sparks grant, and I believe you have another one coming up. The county, you're saying these are parks grants, but they are county grants, and the county has to sign a resolution, just like you did in 21, saying that you will front the money to pay the bills so that the money can be reimbursed by the state. My caution is, where are you going to get the money to front the bills?
That's good for the future, but this one's already been.
There are actually two or three of, yes, this has been signed, and that's why you have a copy of the resolution in your packet,
Yes, ma'am.
so that you can see that the county did already make this commitment. Parks is not asking for the 385,000. Parks is asking for 150. We've done what we can to not come to the county board.
So with that, I would say, are there any other questions first before we look for a vote?
How close are you to it, being able to complete that application for the grant?
I'm working with Len, and once Len and I get to what we think is gonna get done, then we'll get with John after the final paperwork. I'm hoping it will be done by the end of the month. Like I said, we need to buy trash cans and recycle bins. I was waiting on a Schedule C to see what the requirements were, because it specifically said, yes, these requirements is Schedule C. I received that this morning, so I'll evaluate that today. I'll get with Len and we'll order the stuff. Once it gets in, and put it in, take pictures of it so that the state can see that we've actually completed everything. We'll submit it as soon as we can.
Okay.
Take the trash cans from the park and stick them over there and take a picture.
Well, so the 133,496, that is owed to Elmer's. They've already done the work and they're looking for payment.
Yes, and Elmer's actually spent more than that, but they backed down to their original bid, which is 103. But they've helped us out also.
So Elmer's has done the work, but we haven't yet ordered $15,000 worth of trash cans and recycle bins.
Well, we need a sign from the waterways grant, so
Don't they usually give you that sign?
And
I believe Lynn was gonna order it last week,
Yeah.
but we'll find out today whether that's happened or not.
And we still haven't received our final closeout from RS Scott either. So the 150,000 is, there's going to be other miscellaneous bills as we finish closing this up. And as soon as any of the waterways reimbursement money comes in, it is the park's intention to pay the county back first before we pay ourselves back. But again, until that money comes back, we can't pay the county back.
And RS Scott said that they had sent in their final bill. There is no other charges coming.
I haven't seen anything, so.
I was at the closeout meeting where they said that, but that doesn't mean you don't find something and send it in.
Okay, so I'm looking for a motion to provide $150,000 out of the general fund to pay the bills as requested by the chair, Mr. Osborne. Expecting a reimbursement back from the Michigan DNR sometime in the near future. Say again, sir?
Why it says due to and due from.
Mhm. So do I have a motion to provide the $150,000?
I'll make that
I
motion.
have a motion from Commissioner Ludlow. Do I have support?
I'll support.
So we have support from Commissioner Konarshevsky. Any more discussion or questions? If not, roll call, please.
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes.
Commissioner Konashevsky,
Yes.
Commissioner Kozlowski,
Yes.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Ludlow,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson,
Yes.
Commissioner Francisco.
Yes. Okay, the motion is carried. We'll provide the funding for you and sir, thanks for being here today. Thanks for what you do for parks, by the way.
Thank you.
Okay. Next on the agenda is our treasurer, Kim Ludlow. Ma'am?
Okay, so at the beginning of this year, we had an audited unrestricted fund balance of $3,597,409.09. Through August 31st, we've brought in revenue of $7,526,228.44 with expenditures of $8,368,360.31, leaving a fund balance as of August 31st of $2,755,275.22. Perfect world, we'd be at 66.58% of our budget, revenues and expense. For revenues, we're at 62.84 of our budgeted revenues. Last year at this time, we were at 64.89. We're at 65.31% of our budgeted expenditures. Last year at this time, we were at 65.45. And about on track. Last year at this time, if you look at the comparison for your year to date, we have spent $842,132.37 more than what we've brought in. But last year at this time, we had spent $1,144,274.89 more than we brought in. So overall, year to date, we've brought in 2% more revenue than what we let the previous year. And we've spent 2% less, so that's a 4% gain, a little bit. Making the effort.
Thank you. Anything further right now?
I mean,
Okay, if there's nothing further from our treasurer, I look for a motion to receive and file the treasurer's report for the month of August as presented.
So moved.
I have a motion from Commissioner Peterson. Do I have support?
Support.
Support from Commissioner LaHaye. Any further discussion on August? If not, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Hearing none, the motion is carried and the August report is received and filed. And our treasurer, you still have the floor for action item 4.
okay, so these are not my requested budget adjustments, but again, does anyone have any question on these budget adjustments? These are coming from the sheriff's office. But I do know about them.
Okay.
I just want to shed some light. So there's a typo on the MCO CPE. It says CPU, should be CPE. And just give you a little background, this is a new training standard by the licensing agency. The state allocated some training funds for us to go towards this new standard. So that money needs to be in a separate account for audit purposes that we can spend on the training. We can spend that money to backfill positions or that position, whoever's going to that training, to pay those wages. So the money needs to be in its own account and roll over every calendar year. Because there was some talks at the last meeting I was at, that they may put a time limit, so it may end up being like 2 years, and if you don't spend your funds, they'll take it back. I don't think we're gonna get to that point, but we do need to be able to keep track of it and spend those funds appropriately.
In this $8,000 budget adjustment, we've actually already received that $8,000.
You said that it's CPE instead of.
CPE instead of CPU.
So we've received it in the revenue line item, and they're merely asking that we put the expense in the expense line item because they do need to be able to spend it.
And that expense line item of 101-301-969.016, that's already been
The number's been created, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, very good.
I'll make that motion.
I have a motion from Commissioner Kondrashevsky to approve the budget adjustment as requested for 8,000,
Both budget adjustments or just,
just the one
okay.
right now for the $8,000.
Support.
I have support from Commissioner Fournier. Okay, roll call, please.
Commissioner Konashevsky,
Yes.
Commissioner Kozlowski, Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Ludlow,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson,
Yes.
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes.
Commissioner Francisco.
Yes. And then Under Sheriff, oh, you might as well stay there and the next one.
So the second one is, so we did a back to school event for the school system. During that time, we collected some monetary donations. So we're just looking for that money to be put in the line item so we can expend that to buy additional supplies for schools.
Same situation. Money has already come in and been received under the revenue. We need to be able to have it in the expense item so they can spend it.
Okay.
So moved.
I have a motion from Commissioner Peterson to approve the $789.41 budget adjustment to the expense line item. I have support from Commissioner Kozlowski. Any discussion? If not, roll call, please.
Commissioner Kozlowski,
Yes.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Ludlow,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson,
Yes.
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes.
Commissioner Konashevsky,
Yes.
Commissioner Francisco.
Yes, thank you. Sheriff Kroll, appreciate it very much. Motion is carried. Next on our agenda is the approval from the poll vote, the 24-25 T-Mobile hometown grant application for parks. Jennifer, can you speak to that or?
Sure. We're looking to apply for the Moby mats for the county parks. Moby mats are these rollout mats that make the beaches easier to access for wheelchairs, strollers, bikes. We're looking to apply for $50,000 and there's no county match.
So do we know if this is a reimbursement grant? I understand no county match, but is it, do we have to pay the bills and then get reimbursed later?
I haven't seen anything saying that it's a reimbursable one. Lynn's been working on this with Jesse. I think Lynn's on Zoom. If she can chime in.
And again, I just want the board to be aware, more aware going forward. You know, a lot of these grants are great, but most of them are reimbursement grants where we have to have funds available to spend in the first place.
And as I recall, this is a poll vote. We voted for this already online. So it's just establishing or reestablishing our commitment for approval. So the recommendation is to approve the 24-25 T-Mobile grant application for parks, a total of $50,000, no county match for the one mobile mat for each park, Beaver Lake, Long Lake and Sunken Lake. What? Yes. Hi, Lynn.
Hi, this is Lynn. Hi.
Yes. Hi there.
Hi, this is a little bit different than the DNR grants. This hometown grant, we need to get that submitted by September 30th deadline. If we are approved, we'll get the funds, the whole amount of the 50,000 in December. So it's
Okay.
not like a DNR grant. It's not a reimbursement.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Lynn. And again, this is to confirm the poll vote that was done earlier. So are there any further questions? If not, then do a roll call vote to confirm poll vote.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Ludlow,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson,
Yes.
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes.
Commissioner Konashevsky,
Yes.
Commissioner Kozlowski,
Yes.
Commissioner Francisco.
Yes, so we've confirmed the approval for that, so we can go ahead with that grant request. Next on our agenda is a FOIA appeal. I don't know who's.
So back in May, we received a FOIA request from a prior inmate at the county jail. The inmate was requesting video surveillance from inside the jail, and we denied it due to the security of the jail. He filed an appeal, and we denied it, or we reached out to our attorney, and he told us that due to maintain the physical security of the county jail, and in his appeal, he mentioned legal action. So due to these two items, our attorney said that he would make the recommendation for us to deny the appeal. So we're looking for the commissioners to make the recommendation to deny the appeal.
Okay,
which attorney was this?
Russ.
Any questions for regarding before we vote on this FOIA appeal denial? Yes, any comments from?
No, that's pretty much sums it up. We received it, responded within time, and here we are.
Okay, very good. So with that, I look for a motion and support to approve or to deny the appeal of the FOIA request
I'll make,
on the advice of counsel. I have a motion from Commissioner LaHaye. Do I have support? Support from Commissioner Peterson. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. The motion is carried. The FOIA appeal is denied. And that concludes the finance portion of our meeting. So I'll look for a motion to rise and report and turn the meeting over to our board chair, Chairman Kozlowski.
I'll make that motion.
The motion from Commissioner Ludlow, your support. Support from Commissioner Forninger. I don't think there's going to be any discussion, so all in favor to rise and report indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Hearing none, motion is carried. And sir, you have the gavel.
Okay. So we have the next thing up is the consent calendar. Everyone has had the chance to look at the consent calendar. If there's anything that anyone, although there wasn't very much on the consent calendar, but if there's anything to pull, if not, I'd look for a motion to approve the consent calendar.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner LaHaye. Support by Commissioner Fournier. Any discussion? If not, roll call, please.
Commissioner Ludlow,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson.
Yes.
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes.
Commissioner Francisco,
Yes.
Commissioner Konashevsky,
Yes.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Kozlowski.
Yes. The next item is nominations for the Material Management Planning Committee. So what we have to do is we have to nominate two people so that way NEMCOG can meet next week and make a decision on who will be a part of this planning committee. Our choices are, we have Bill is the one elected position that will be a part of this planning committee. And then we had to come up with at least one person that, let me see what I got. Can I bring it up? Someone that does solid waste management or involved with managing materials. Let me just see here.
Solid waste disposal facility operator representative.
Okay,
That's be Connie Greer from the Boa landfill. She's an administrator.
yep. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a recommendation. NEMCOG will review these recommendations and then make the selection based on what I know. And so we're gonna recommend that Bill and you said Connie
Connie, yeah,
are our choices.
yeah. And I know I talked to Jesse had talked to Rachel at the city and they thought that Cindy Johnson would be the city representative on this.
Okay, but so we have to make that recommendation.
Yep, yep,
So NEMCOG will vet these individuals.
yep.
So I think though, based on what I know, we're only gonna get two, correct?
No, we might get three or all depends,
Okay,
you know, I mean, there's 22 spots open and there's 5 counties, so everybody's going to be representative of it. So
okay. So those are our choices. So I guess what I'd look for is a motion to accept the three individuals or make a motion to recommend the three individuals for NEMCOG to review and vet and make the selection for the Material Management Planning Committee.
So I'll make the motion to nominate Commissioner Peterson, Mayor Johnson, and MOA Administrator Connie Geary to the Materials Management Planning Board.
So we have a motion for support. Any discussion, any further discussion with this? If not, I'd probably do roll call.
Commissioner Peterson,
yes.
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes.
Commissioner Francisco,
Yes.
Commissioner Konashevsky,
Yes.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Ludlow,
Yes.
Commissioner Kozlowski.
Yes. So Kim, I was reading my stuff, the emails to catch up. weren't we supposed to have MSU come in? Is that a, or?
It's for the budget presentations.
Oh, okay, okay. For some reason I was thinking that was this morning, so, okay. Next item is public comment, 3 minutes. If anyone else would like to speak, if anyone would like to speak, step up to the podium if you could state your name. If not, anyone on Zoom? No one on Zoom? Okay, I'd look for a motion, or we'll close public comment. Look for a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion that we close the public comment.
Okay, we have a motion to adjourn. Any support? Support. Support by Commissioner Francisco. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Adjourn.